Monday with us. Thank you. I definitely appreciate you popping in, and hopefully, can see more of you this week. So today, let me back this up. Last week, for anyone watching, we had some major tech issues. Never a dull moment. My microphone that I typically use and never have any issues with on calls and interviews apparently does not like live streaming, y'all. And I got about 2 minutes and then it turned into Mr. Roboto. And so, as much as I'm certain y'all love hearing a robotic overtone, we definitely that the quality of that was just pitiful. So I pulled those. We have a new microphone en route. In the interim, we're going old school. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. And we hopefully will have no tech glitches this week. Fingers crossed. I love how I say that. And like literally the tech gods of 2021 are just going to be staring me down. Oh, I've challenged them. Okay. Anyway, so today I wanted to pop in and talk about something that I tried to talk about last week, but obviously that did not work very well. One of my absolute favorite platforms, Pinterest. Now, if you are a business and you are not on Pinterest yet, I want you to pause and please listen. You need to be most businesses need to be on Pinterest. Now, there's a couple businesses that I would say, más o menos, you don't have to. But for the most part, your audience is on Pinterest. And it is growing year over year and month over month. So again, it's not just a US based audience, it's growing in the US, globally, it's growing as well. So that being said, 70 or so percent of Pinterest users are female now. So in the US, 83% of women ages 25 to 54 use Pinterest. Now, for those of you who maybe aren't tracking as much, that's a group that makes around 80% of the buying decisions in US households. So, yeah. Think about that whenever you are planning any launch, whether your product is physical or digital, whether your service. Again, it is a huge audience that you need to make sure that you are capturing. Now, with that being said, the audience on Pinterest also has buying power. Not just that they can buy, but they also are willing to buy. Now, if you're targeting dads, 40% of US dads use Pinterest. Okay. So again, I could go on and on stats. I'm not going to waste your time on just basic stats because you can Google them and find some amazing statistics. Now, one thing I do want to point out, almost 80% of Pinterest users really love seeing content from brands, including ads. I want to repeat that again. Almost 80% of users on Pinterest really enjoy content from brands, including ads. Now, pretty much on any other social media platform, users don't love brand content. Like, we really have to be very careful about how we put that brand content out there. However, on Pinterest, because the nature of Pinterest is such that it is visual and content driven, you have to give value. People really appreciate good content from brands, including the ads. Now, with all of that being said, Pinterest is, oh, hello, people who are watching live. But with that, my brain's tired, y'all. My coffee has not kicked in. Again, Pinterest is a way that you can expand your audience, and you're probably already doing all the right things to make your transition into Pinterest seamless if you are not already on Pinterest. If you're doing lead magnets and you are not on Pinterest, I want you to stop, take a note. I want you to make a commitment that you are going to put your content out there on Pinterest this week. If you are product-based business. If you are not putting your product out there on Pinterest, especially shoppable pins, y'all, where people can just literally stay in the platform and buy your product, you're missing out on a huge audience. People want things to be easy. They want to be inspired, and they want that one stop, and Pinterest is giving that to them. So some stats about how we work with our clients on Pinterest. Not all content is Pinterest worthy. Not all content needs to be put out on Pinterest. A lot of people think everything should just be thrown out there. And on all of your content that you create needs to have a specific plan or platform. And not all content works for all platforms. If you are really going for a younger demographic, Facebook may not be the best platform to put your content out on. If you are going for a demographic that has high buying power and that is willing to buy, there's a difference. People can have high spend, they can have the ability to buy, but they may not have the willingness to. Then you want to make sure that you're putting your content out on platforms that gears towards that. Again, depending on what you're selling, that's going to be a different platform. For us, that would be LinkedIn. We love our Facebook platform, but LinkedIn is where we have really found a very good connection to a lot of business owners. But that's just, again, that's my business and that's not everybody's business. So knowing your audience really helps. And I'm getting off track here, y'all. I get so excited talking about knowing your audience. And if you don't know your audience, if you haven't done an audience building exercise, send us a message. Would love to hop on a call and let's walk through it. A lot of people make it a lot harder than it needs to be. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, if you don't know who your audience is, how are you going to reach them and speak to them? So, back to Pinterest. So we work with a lot of our clients on Pinterest. Some of our clients are Pinterest exclusive, that they only use it, that we only do Pinterest for them. And we get them really good results, y'all. And whether your goal is to drive more eyes to your website, which would be obviously website traffic, whether your goal is to build your email list. And if you're not building your email list, you need to build your email list, because all of the things we're talking about social media, those are all on borrowed platforms. None of those are platforms that you own. And if you do not own your platform, it could go away tomorrow. And if you've built your whole business model on a specific platform and it goes away. So anyway, build your email list. Back to Pinterest. Sorry, y'all. This is what happens when I go live without notes. I was so excited to go live this morning, especially after all of the tech fails of last week. I was bursting at the seams this morning. But so whatever your goal is, whether it's website traffic, building your email list, but selling your service, your product, generating calls to be for potential leads, whatever your goal is, Pinterest can help for most businesses. Now, I'm going to be blunt. If you are, say, a concrete distributor, which I love my concrete guys, y'all. I came up in the steel industry, so I love concrete. Pinterest may not be the best platform for you, but for most businesses, Pinterest is amazing. And especially since you can still gain so much traction through organic Pinterest. Now, it has to be done correctly. I see a lot of people not leveraging and harnessing the power of organic Pinterest. And that's making sure you have your keywords in place. That's making sure you're using your repin IDs. It's making sure that you are leveraging your meta tags, your alt text, all of those, and your file names, all of that. I know that I probably just lost 90% of my audience when I got really excited there. So what I would like to offer, though, for anyone who is interested, I'll be doing a free training in my Facebook group on Pinterest. And this is not going to be just a cursory once over. This is going to be a deeper dive, answering questions. So if you're able to be there live, that's awesome. And we will go into how to optimize your profile to be successful on Pinterest, how to Make sure that your website and Pinterest are speaking, that you have claimed your website correctly, making sure that you're using the right plugins. And again, I know everybody hates to hear that, but there's certain plugins that are going to make your life so much easier. But again, walking through all of the nitty gritty to ensure that your Pinterest is ready to blossom and to grow and to drive traffic and conversions. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're not in business to give it away, folks. So we want to give value, but again, you're not in business to give it away. So just think about that anytime you're setting a goal, that it's not just to get eyes on your product. That's great, but you really need those eyes to then reach their hand down to their wallet and to purchase. So we're going to be having that in my free Facebook group, Practical Marketing for Business Owners. And that's over on Facebook. I'll drop a link after this video is done in the description, or you could just go to Facebook and look up Practical Marketing for Business Owners. And we'll have several reminders about it, and I'll put some information out. But that's going to be, we'll do it next week. If everybody's game, we'll do it next week and have all sorts of Pinterest goodies. And we'll try to maybe even have some discount codes on some of the plugins and some of the apps that we use. Again, it's going to be a deep dive, and it's only going to be in the Facebook group just because I want to make sure that we can answer any questions that come up, and that we can do follow-up. And that's a lot more feasible in a group versus doing it streaming live. So, look forward to hearing from you. And again, if you've not joined our free Facebook group, hop on over. We have lots of goodies. I've got some actually good coupon codes coming out this week. Really excited about been working with some of the platforms that we love to negotiate rates on tools and products that we use that we get asked all the time what tools we use. And if we can help save money for everybody, that is a win-win. So I appreciate y'all starting your morning with us, and have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, comment below, and hopefully the sound was better this week. Thanks, y'all. Have a good day.